6 a.m. Let's go to the airport. Well, the trip always starts with the drive to the airport. The most dangerous part of the trip. Actually, the drive home from the airport is probably even more dangerous since you're kind of wiped out. Commute from Sacramento down to LA, about a 1 hour flight, about a 1 hour drive down to the airport. Airport, all fogged in. This is one of the challenges of commuting out of Sacramento during the winter time. That's why you got to get here 3 or 4 flights early so that you got a lot of options to get to work on time. So you typically get 1 free parking pass for 1 airport, and since I'm a commuter, I choose Sacramento Airport and get reimbursed for the parking here at Sacramento. And the employee parking here at Sacramento is very convenient because it's walking distance to the terminal. No buses involved like most employee parking lots. So I'll take you on a little 4-day trip today. Show you a little bit behind the scenes of life as an airline pilot. Am I getting it on right? I can never get these ties straight. Next stop, TSA. As an airline pilot, you have reciprocal jump seat privileges to jump on any other airliner as long as there's space available, and that's the trick. Getting space available these days is a challenge, but the commute from Sacramento to LA is relatively easy due to the frequency. A lot of flights between Sacramento and LA makes it pretty easy. We gotta go through that TSA inspection just like everybody else every day. Plenty of flights to choose on. Just grab an empty seat and take a little nap. Global Hawk pilot? Are you gonna do that? Wow! A Blancolirio fan pulled me over here at the airport. What's your first name? Samuel. Say again? Samuel. Samuel's gonna go be a Global Hawk pilot at Beale Air Force Base. Right. Outstanding, man. Okay. Yeah. When you go to the Los Angeles airport, you might see lots of famous people, including Blancolirio, but I gotta be my own paparazzi. This particular sequence started with a Deadhead flight from Los Angeles to Miami in the back of an Airbus 321, so I got in a couple of good movies, including Dunkirk and the autobiography of Steven Spielberg, before landing in Miami about 8 o'clock at night. Full moon over my hammy. Welcome to my jammy beach. This is a little further south than I'm used to. I don't know where the cheap eateries are. Let's go look around. That's more like it. Easy on the fries, Brownie. Miami Beach, what kind of 777 international destination is this? Well, marketing drives the schedule, and let me explain a little bit about what's going on with the 777 flying, the decrease in 777 flying. So a lot of the 777 flying is being replaced with the newer, better, faster, shinier Boeing 787. So instead of retraining and displacing pilots so quickly and causing a big surge in training and a big backlog in training, they're just moving us pilots around to cover other flying at other bases, for example, Miami. So they're still a little bit short of 777 pilots here in Miami. So they'll take some of us LA pilots and bring us over here to Miami to cover some of that flying. So what does that mean to us? It kind of means scheduling, less efficient scheduling for us, which is kind of unfortunate. But if you want to catch up to the latest flying, you got to get trained up on the 787, which is probably eventually what I'll end up doing if I want to stay doing the wide body international stuff, which I do for now. Because each time you get trained up on a new airplane, it's about a 2-year commitment. You're only checked out and qualified on one airplane at a time. So with a wide fleet of airplanes, that makes for a lot of training requirements. Overall, not a bad place to be in December.
I brought my sand shovel.
Okay, the sun's gone down. I've had a nice nap. Let's go from Miami to London. Getting tie straightened out. No respect. Okay, here we go. When you're flying for the airlines, the hotels are all taken care of by the company, and so is the transportation to and from the hotel. Miami Airport's been extensively remodeled over the years, so it resembles more of a shopping mall than an airport like most modern airports, but there's still one restaurant that all pilots go to. La Carreta. Cuban food. Oh yeah. Roast and video with plantains, bananas. Good stuff.
You keep eating like this, Brownie, you're gonna have to get wheeled to your next flight.
Light the fire, let's go to London.
8 hours later and another bleary sunrise, we're on our way into London. We'll talk more about what we actually do on these long transatlantic flights in a future update. There's a lot more to it than just eating, sleeping, and flying.
Welcome to London. Getting ready for the holidays. Welcome to London. There's Kensington Palace. Nice uneventful flight from Miami to London last night, about 8 hours, 3 pilots. Little rough air, turbulent air, halfway through the ride, right about nap time. And that's pretty typical. But what's more amazing is I dropped that video off, uploaded to YouTube, the 30 November update about the hairline cracks. And I just can't thank you guys enough for your support of the Blancolirio channel. That, from the time it took me to upload that video in Miami and fly over here to London and read all the comments, the video's got over 25,000 views and 700 comments. But even more overwhelming is your support on PayPal. Just it's very humbling. Thanks so much. That's amazing. Typically on YouTube it takes about 1 million views to earn $1,000. My whole channel over 10 years has about 12 million views maybe. So maybe a potential earnings of total of maybe $12,000. Well, after 25,000 views on that Oroville video, your contributions have far outstripped the $1,000 per million views, and is much more productive than relying on YouTube video. So it's extremely humbling and a little bit not frightening, but it really says something about the state of the media today. We are all just starved for straight information, just straight information, straight unbiased information. That's all we're looking for, and there's a huge market for it. I can't do it all myself, but I will continue to do so as time and conditions permit. So again, what a great display there of kindness and generosity. Thanks. It's getting a little dark to film now, but I'll share with you some of the footage I took from the last trip over here. You got to see the lights of Regent Street in downtown London. I'll show you this next. Check it out. London, huge toy store. 4 stories, 4 levels of toys. Oh man. 4th floor, trains and planes. 380s on sale cheap. Give these things away. Some pilots say they don't like the rooms by the trains, but I'd rather like to hear the sound of the trains. Well, another day, another tie. It's about 9 a.m. here in London, about 1 a.m. back home. And the trick with this particular sequence is to not sleep when you land the day before. Just get right on local time, stay up, and get a good long night's rest. You're ready to go the next morning. So we'll be landing in LA after about 11-hour flight, about 3 in the afternoon in LA. Totally commutable. Leaving London, going through security, gets a lot of complaints by pilots, but if you just have a clean bag and your liquids in a proper little bag, it's no problem, but it does take a little bit of time. We'll get a coffee.
Yeah, that first one. That's
2,500.
check.
$1,000.
Stabilize, check. Manual flights.
Approaching 35
Flight director, approaching 35 left direction, contact rate 35.
100.
Check flat right. Check. Good.
Approaching minimums.
Check.
Minimums.
Continue. Check.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Break up. Check. Velocity manual brake. Check. Automatic descent. I'm taking this one. 60.
Never see a pilot run until he's late for his commute flight home at the end of the sequence. Let's go. Oh, wow.
At Sasha's house, they had sleepover, and then she made that.
A gingerbread house?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It had two.
Hello, Chewy.
It had two gingerbread people.
Yeah. The day after one of these long international trips, you're going to be stumbling around the house like an elder Ozzy Osbourne looking for his glasses. Today is not the day to be climbing on tall ladders or running chainsaws on tall ladders, nor is it a good time to be riding high-performance dirt bikes, no mighty Luscombe flying. Instead, just try to get a little bit of exercise and resist the urge to go back to sleep. When you hit that big sinker at about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, if you do lay down, make sure it's only for about 20 minutes or so, or you're going to hose up your whole next night's sleeping pattern. So the best thing to do is just a little walk with your lovey, a little gentle exercise instead. Deer Creek, instead of chainsaws or tall ladders on a day after a long trip. Yeah.
With an icy roof?
Yes.